Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a scheduling app using HTML, JavaScript, and PHP. So this is going to be an event scheduler, alright? So after watching this video, I'll share the code with you in the description. So let's get started right now. Okay guys, so on the computer, what we're going to do is we are in a folder called ht documents, and we are going to create a new file here. So I will call this one form.html, all right, because we are going to place the form in this HTML file. Also, we are going to create a file named app.js. So app.js, and we are going to make a file called schedule.php. Okay, so far so good. We have these files ready. So we are going to start with the HTML. So I'm going to click on HTML, and this is the HTML file. So I'm going to collapse this for now. And now what we're going to do is we are going to add a basic form. Let me just add the basic HTML code here, and I'll change the title to form scheduler. Okay, and inside of the body, we are going to place the content of our HTML file. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add an h1 here. I'm just going to say schedule an event. And right below it, so form. So that's our form. Let's give it an ID. So I'm going to give it the ID of schedule form. So we are going to add label. So label for this will be event, and this will be event here, and colon. We are going to the next line. We're going to add an input. So input type, this will be text, and ID will be event, and name, we're going to add a name because we're going to use PHP. So I'm going to name it event, and I'll make it required. And let me add 2 breaks here to go to the next line. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this whole thing. So I'm going to add a date here. So this will be type for date, and I'll change this to date. The type will be date. I'll make the ID date as well, the name date, and I'll have to fix this one later. So you see this one says event R. I want it to be event. So I have this label ready for the date, and we are going to also request time. So I'm going to copy this line and paste it here. So this will be time. So time, and everything else will be time. All right, so time, the ID will be time, the name will be time. Okay, so far so good. We have that ready, and right below it, I'm gonna give it an ID to print a message. So whenever I click on submit button, I want to send a message. So div ID, I'll call it message. I'll keep it empty for now. So right below it, what we're going to do is we are going to, so I'm going to add a button actually. So I'm going to add a button right above this. I'm going to say input, type, submit, and the value will be schedule. All right, so that should do it for this one. So I have that ready, and right below it at the very end, right after the form, we are going to link this app.js file. So I'm going to go to File, Save for now to save my HTML. And let's link this app.js to this HTML file. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to say as lesson sign script src, so /app.js, and that's it. So this line will link that app.js here. And you don't need the /. I just showed it to you, so it will show you the name of the file whenever you are on VS Code. You can type in /, and it will show you the files in that folder. So I'm gonna go with app.js, and I'm gonna get rid of // for now. So I'll keep it app.js. And right here, let me just go here and make sure that I have given it the ID to this. All right, so schedule form and have it ready. All right, so now let's go to app.js. So on the app.js, what we're going to do is we are going to get that form. So I'm going to say document.get element by ID, open two parentheses, and two single quotations. It's up to you if you want to use single quotes or double quotes, but I'm going to use single quotes. So I'm going to say schedule, so schedule form. All right, so I just want to make sure that I match this form. All right, so okay, schedule form, just like that. Dot add event listener. So we are going to attach an event to it. So whenever I submit this form, so I'm going to say open two parentheses and then type in submit. So whenever I submit, I'm going to run a function. So right here, you see I have said submit and comma, and right after it, what we can do is we can add a function here. So I'm going to say function and open two parentheses. I'm going to put the word event and open two curly braces. All right, so this is basically it. I'm going to say event prevent default, and open two parentheses and add a semicolon to the end of it. Now, right after it, say constant form data. So form data equals to new form. So new form data, and open two parentheses and a semicolon there. And right between these, you're going to add this magic word this. So this will basically prevent default clicking, and don't worry about it. You can do research to find this prevent default and find out what it means. But let's move on to the fetch. So we are going to get data from PHP files. So I'm going to say fetch and open two parentheses. So inside of these two parentheses, you can add two single quotes and add the name of your PHP file. So schedule.php and add a semicolon after it. So you see, even though I said add a semicolon here, we are going to, inside of the parentheses, we are going to do something here. We are going to get two things. So I'm going to open two curly braces, just like that. So I'm going to say method, so method colon post. I should use single quotes here. So method post and add a comma and then form data. So the form data should be attached to the body. So I'm going to say body colon form data. Now right here, I'm going to get rid of this semicolon because I want something else to do here on line 11. So now we are going to take a look at the response. So I'm going to say dot then what should happen? Then open two parentheses, say response equals to and greater than sign. Then we're going to say response.txt, just like that, and this should be small response. These two are, they should be small responses. And then I'm going to add two parentheses right here. So then response response text. We want to get the text of the response, and then we are going to do something else. So dot then data then equals to greater than sign and open two curly braces. So what should happen to the data? I'm going to say document get element by ID. So message dot enter text equals to data. Then if there is an error, we're going to catch the error. So we are going to say dot catch error. And what we are going to do with the error is we are going to say console dot error here. Error, and it should say error twice. All right, so if we get an error, we're gonna get an error message basically. Okay, so far so good. We are going outside of this, and this is it for the app.js. So this is what we have. All right. And now we are going to the schedule.php. We are going to say less than sign question mark PHP. And this will be, oops, what did I do? So question mark greater than sign. If you are using PHP, you can omit this because we are using PHP in a separated file. We are not using it along with our HTML file. So I'm going to get rid of the end tag. Okay, so right here, we are going to make an if statement. So if and $_ server, we are going to open two brackets and two single quotes. So right here, what we are going to do is we are going to say request method. So request, oops, sorry. So request _ method. All right, just like that, equals to post. So request method equals to post. We don't want these square brackets around them. And we are going to open two curly braces. So we're going to say event equals to HTML. So HTML special characters. So special characters, all right? So what this does, it converts special characters to HTML entities. So I have a video about this. You can watch it in a later time. I'll attach it in the description of my video. So HTML special characters, and then we are going to say $_post open two square brackets and two single quotes. So right here, what we are going to do is we are going to say event. So you remember these names right here. You see I have an event. I have given it the name of event and the name date and the name time. So we are going to do, for each one of them, we are going to do that. And let me close this. What is this? I'm doing something wrong here. But it's okay, I'll fix this error later. And right below it, I'm going to copy this because we have three input fields. So you see we have the event, the date, and time. So this will be date. I'll change it to date. This will be time. I'll change it to time. Okay, so we have stored these into different variables. Now, right here, what we are going to do is, so our if statement is open right here. Okay, I'll see what I can do with these errors later. So I'm going to say that a $ data because we want to work with the data here. So data equals to event colon the event here. So $ event basically. And then I want to go to the next line. So backslash and n. So backslash n to go to the next line. And I'm going to say date, just like that for the date, colon, $date \n to go to the next line. Then we are going to say time, colon, $time, and let's give it 2 spaces after that line and add a semicolon here at the end of it. Right here, let me add semicolons here too. So here, here, and here. Okay. So I have 2 semicolons here. Okay, so you see the errors have been cleared now. Okay, so that's it for the data line. And we are going to output this as an HTML file. So now we want to print these. So what we're going to do is we are going to say file underscore put contents, just like that, and open 2 parentheses. So inside of these parentheses, we are going to add the name of the HTML file. So I'm going to say, for example, events.html. So it's going to create a file named events.html. We are going to add the data here. So I'm going to say comma $data, just like that. And we are going to add append. So I'm going to say file underscore append and add a semicolon at the end of it. All right, so this will do it for that line. And right here, we are going to echo a message. So I'm going to say event has been scheduled successfully. And if there is something else, so I'm going to say else and open 2 curly braces. If there's an error, I'm going to say echo invalid. Oops, so whenever I type in R, something happens. So invalid request. And this is pretty much it. And let me make sure that I have everything here. So now I'm gonna run my server and let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, so let's click on XAMPP control panel and I'm gonna start my PHP server. So once it's started, I'm going to open a browser. I'm gonna type in localhost. So you see these are our files. So I'm gonna click on form.html. So I'm going to choose an event and let's choose a date here and some time. So let's see if I click on schedule, it should work. It's not working for some reason. So I'm going to right click and go to inspect. Let's see if I click on console. You see it says uncaught reference error. It's trying to use the form data before initializing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this script. So I'm going to right click here and go to cut. So I'm going to get rid of the app.js. So I'm going to click on don't save. And right here inside of the script, I'm going to get rid of this source. So it's a source app. So I'm going to keep the script here and I'm going to place my JavaScript there. So right click and paste. So go to file, save. And now let's go to localhost again. Okay, so this time if I choose the event, so it should work. It should fix that problem. So if I click on schedule, you see that it says that event has been scheduled successfully and the event is my wedding. These events are inside of this folder. So if you open the XAMPP control panel and go to Explorer, you see you can go to HT documents and it's called events.html. So if you open that, so I'm going to open it with Notepad. You'll know that these are all of the events. So if I delete them, all right, so I'm going to delete them for now. And I'm going to refresh this. So let's add an event here again one more time. Let's make sure that it works. So click on schedule. You see that the event has been successfully added. So I hope that you like the video, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm always here to help. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next videos. So now, we don't want that app.js file, so we are going to delete that. Okay, so now we only got the form.html and the schedule.php. So in the form.html, we have included our script within this file. All right, so this is it for this video. I'm out.